Her thoughts race as she compares the gap between tiers. Reaching Star Diamond tier is already considered a miracle, yet Yu stands at Legendary tier, a level reserved for the absolute elite. She knows his polite tone was only a thin layer hiding something far more dangerous. Realizing how serious the situation is, she decides she has to warn Howrin as soon as possible. Back in the parking lot, Yu suddenly looks unwell. Wang Meng rushes over in concern, asking if he needs medical attention. Yu waves him off, claiming it is nothing more than his obsessive-compulsive tendencies flaring up. He wipes his mouth and trembles slightly, admitting he had been forcing himself to endure the entire conversation because Li Shuer's uneven hairstyle was bothering him. The absurdity of the reason only makes him seem more unstable. However, the strange moment passes quickly. Yuwu's expression hardens as he recalls that Li Shuer was not alone during the earlier incident. She had two subordinates with her. Turning to Wang Meng, he gives a cold order to bring them in for interrogation. If their accounts differ in any way, even slightly, he makes it clear that all three of them will pay with their lives. Later that night, Howrin is relaxing at home when a flood of experience notifications fills his vision. He checks his status and sees that he has already reached level 27. Nico and Benhida have clearly been working hard in the field, steadily increasing his strength. With more followers contributing to his growth, his leveling speed continues to rise. The system then grants him a new title, Battlefield Commander. The bonus increases all of his followers' stats by 10%. Without hesitation, he equips it, recognizing that it is far superior to his previous title. Before he can fully enjoy the upgrade, the front door bursts open. Li Shuer rushes inside, slightly out of breath, pulling a suitcase behind her. She wastes no time and immediately reports that Chun Zizhen will be leading a squad out of the city at 10 that night. The information confirms that the next move must be made soon. Shuer hands me a stack of documents and says the squad has 8 steel tier awakened, acting like she barely managed to get anything. I skim the files and my eyes widen because she didn't just get names. She got mission details, skills, addresses, and even phone numbers. This isn't intel, this is their full profile data. I tell her she basically handed me everything and praise her for being the best. Ding. Her affection level jumps to 69%. She immediately turns away, blushing and trying to act calm, saying it was nothing and that my praise doesn't affect her. The system says otherwise. I then notice the large silver suitcase she brought and ask what it is. She stammers and calls it a gift. I open it and find high-grade health and mana potions that restore 500 HP and MP each. That alone is huge value. But it gets better. She prepared a full high-tier equipment set for me. I equip everything instantly and my stats surge. Holy gold pauldrons, an E-grade chestplate with massive defense, assault gauntlets, and a king's belt. I look completely upgraded like a raid boss. I'm honestly shocked and ask why she would give me something this expensive for free. She suddenly becomes serious, sits down, and explains that the Elite Center is involved now and my opponent is a legendary tier awakened. The situation is far more dangerous than before. She looks at me with real concern and says she just wants me to have something to rely on if things go wrong. Hearing that makes me realize how much effort and risk she is taking for me. Without saying anything, I step closer and enter her space. She panics and asks what I'm doing. I don't explain. I simply lean in and kiss her, stopping her words instantly. Her face turns bright red as she freezes in shock. Sometimes actions speak louder than anything else. So picture this. You steal a top-tier girl's first kiss, watch a literal system notification announce her affection jumping from 73% to 83%, and then you just casually walk away like nothing happened. Yeah. That's Li Howrin. Li Shuer is left completely stunned. Her face is burning red. Her thoughts in chaos as she processes what just happened. It was her first kiss, and it was taken without warning. Meanwhile, the system keeps flashing affection increases as if it is celebrating the moment. Most people would probably stay and press their advantage. Harem does not. He simply gives her a calm, confident smile, tells her he appreciates her support, and says there is something more important he needs to handle. With that, he leaves her standing there speechless. Stepping out into the night, he leaves the villa behind. The system confirms his newly equipped gear bonuses are active, though he keeps the visual effects hidden. There is no need to attract attention. Checking the time, he sees it is not yet 10 at night. That gives him enough time to visit someone far more important to him, his younger sister, Li Xiaoyu. He arrives near J City First High School. Even at this late hour, Li Xiaoyu is still inside her classroom studying diligently, glasses on and fully focused on her work. Harem watches quietly from outside the window, careful not to reveal himself. He knows the world they live in is ruthless, ruled by the strong. If he shows himself carelessly, he could drag her into dangers she cannot handle. For her sake, he must continue growing stronger. Only by climbing higher will he be able to protect her and ensure he never has to bow to anyone again. To remain unseen, he activates his skill Blood Veil. His presence fades into the shadows, granting stealth and preparing him for any threat. As he disappears into the night, Li Xiaoyu suddenly glances toward the window, sensing something faint but familiar. She hesitates, then brushes it off as imagination. Unaware to her, her overpowered older brother is quietly watching over her from the darkness. Back in the classroom, Li Xiaoyu suddenly feels overwhelmed by emotion. She has no idea her brother is standing just outside in stealth, yet tears begin falling without warning. Confused, she wipes her eyes behind her glasses and quietly asks herself why she cannot stop crying. Watching her from the shadows, Harem feels his resolve waver for a moment. He wants nothing more than to step inside and comfort her. But he cannot. There is still unfinished business waiting for him in the darkness. The scene shifts to the depths of a forest. A massive white bear warlord roars beneath the night sky, its presence dominating the area. Before it can finish its display, a sharp slash cuts across its chest, carving a brutal X into its body. The beast collapses. Standing before it is Chun Zizhen, a steel tear awakened with spiky blue hair, a mask covering part of his face, and a blade still glowing from the strike. He calmly sheathes his weapon and declares the mission complete, instructing his squad to collect valuable materials from the corpse. His teammates immediately begin praising him, claiming even a Tier 3 elite beast could not withstand his blade and predicting his rise to higher ranks. Chun Zizhen dismisses the flattery, telling them to hurry so they can return and rest. Before they can move, a powerful red aura flares behind them. Harem drops out of stealth, fully armored and radiating killing intent. His voice cuts through the night as he questions whether they truly believe they are going home. He folds his arms and locks eyes with Chun Zizhen, warning the others that if they wish to praise their captain, they should do it now. After tonight, there may not be another opportunity. The squad freezes. Chun Zizhen's composure shatters the moment he recognizes the face before him. Shock floods his expression as he demands to know how Harem is still alive, especially after being left to face the Titan Python alone. The truth becomes clear. Chun Zizhen was the one who betrayed him, leaving him for dead. But fate did not end Harem's story that night. Instead of dying, he grew stronger. And now, standing in the forest once more, he has returned to settle the score. Chun Zizhen completely unravels, staring in disbelief as he mutters that what he is seeing is impossible. Harem remains calm, his crimson aura intensifying around him like the beginning of a final boss encounter. His voice is steady and emotionless as he reminds Chun that nothing is impossible. Just as he never imagined his own teammate would betray him, Chun never imagined he would return. He makes his purpose clear. He is not here to talk. He is here to make Chun pay. Instead of fear, Chun and one of his squad members begin laughing. Chun mocks him, pointing out that he was not even awakened before and questioning how he could possibly challenge a steel tier captain. He even ridicules his appearance, comparing him to some theatrical villain. Another squad member steps forward. The system identifies him as Steel Tier Awakened Zhang Weiwei. Rather than preparing for battle, Zhang lectures Howren about sacrifice and strength. He claims Chun acted for the greater good and that Howren's weakness was the real problem. Then the insult escalates. Zhang casually pulls out a small amount of cash and offers it as compensation, suggesting they call the betrayal even. The arrogance in his expression makes it clear he does not believe Howren poses any real threat. The story gets crazier next. Subscribe and turn on notifications.